Hi year one, I'm just out walking the dog at the moment. He's just rolling around on the floor. Rocky, say hello. So I'm going to be helping you with your work this week. So we're going to start off with reading and then we'll go on to do some writing and some maths. And we'll do a little bit of phonics as well. So year one, for your reading today, you've just got a picture, okay, and we've got some questions to answer about the picture. So you might have the picture out in front of you, but I've put it on the video just in case. So have a look at the picture and we're going to go through the questions together. When you're writing a question, you can pause the video so that we all go at the same time. Question number one is, who can you see in the picture? So have a think, who is it you can see in the picture? Question number two, what do you think she's doing? So have a look at what's around her and then have a think about what you think she's doing and then write that down, and you can pause it here. Question number three, what is the weather like and how do you know? So have a look at the sky and maybe the other things in the picture and see what you think the weather's like. Is it raining? Is it sunny? And then write down your answers. Question number four, where in the world could she be? So think about where she couldn't be. So she couldn't be in Antarctica because there's no snow and ice. Think about all the things around her. Where might you find that in the world? Question number five, do you think she is there for just the day and how do you know? So have a look at what the person in the picture may be carrying or any other clues you can find in the picture to suggest whether she's just there for the day or if she's there for longer. Okay, so year one, we've got some maths to do today, which is going to be ordering numbers within 50, and we're going to use our tens and ones to do this today. Okay, so your first question is, May, Ben and Ella have each created a number with number pieces. So have a look at the numbers that each of them has made, okay? And remember how we need to count these numbers. And I think the first thing to do when we're doing a question like this is to count how much each of them has got and write it down, because that will make it a little bit easier to go on to our next part of the question. So what I would like you to do is count how much May has got and write it down here. So how can we count these first two? We know these are groups of 10, so how do we count tens? We count it up in tens. Okay, so May has got 10, 20, and then we need to count this in ones, so she's got 1, 2, 3. So May has got 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 23. Okay, I'm sure your writing will be much better than mine. Then I want you to have a go at counting how much Ben has got and then how much Ella has got, and write those down as well. Once you've had a go at those, you can pause the video if you're still working on it. You need to use the children's names to complete the statement below. So you need to put a name here. This person has got more than this person, who has more than this person. So we're putting them in order. So we're putting who's got the most and then who's got the least on this end. Okay, so you need to start with the biggest number here, the next biggest number, and then the smallest number. Okay. 2 must be greater than the one before. So think about what greater means. Does greater mean it needs to be bigger or smaller? It means it needs to be a bigger number. Okay, so you need to start here on the start. So we're starting on 31. So look at the numbers around it. We need to find a number that's bigger than 31. So is 29 bigger than 31? Or is it smaller? It's smaller. Okay, so what about 32? Is 32 bigger or greater than 31? Yep, so we can move that down. Okay, now which number are we going to go on to next? Think of a number that's bigger than 32. Is 17 bigger than 32? Or is 35 bigger than 32? Okay, so we draw our line here. I'm going to leave you to get on with the rest of that on your own, okay? So good luck. Now we're ordering numbers from greatest to smallest, so from biggest to smallest. Rohan says, I need to stand between Ava and Kim. Okay, so here's Ava and Kim here. Rohan has got 49, and Rohan thinks that he needs to stand here between Ava and Kim. Ava's got 46 and Kim's got 42. So we're looking to have the biggest number on this end and the smallest number on this end. So if Rohan stood in the middle, we'd have 49 here. Is that going from biggest to smallest? 46, 49, 42? Okay, so you need to tell me if you agree and why. So explain your answer. So don't just put yes, I agree or no, I don't agree. You need to tell me why. Question number 7. So we've got Tim, Nisha and Ava, and they've each created a number. So they've used different ways to show their numbers. So with Tim, again, I think like we did on question number 1, you need to work out what each number is and write it next to it to make it a bit easier for you, okay? So we need to work out how much Tim has got. So we've got some 10s and we've got some 1s. So we always count up 10s in 10. Okay, so count up how much Tim has got, and then I want you to write your number here. Then count how much Nisha's got, so we can see what she's got here. It tells us that she's got 41, which is made of 40 and 1, so you can write that next to us here. And then you need to count how many Ava's got, so we've got our 10s and 1s here, so you need to count them up using our base 10. So count up the 10s and then count up the 1s, and then you can write how much she's got under here. Then, remember, we've got these crocodiles again, so we need to use their names to show who's got the most. So look at which way the crocodile's facing. Okay, so which end does the biggest number need to go on? Remember, the crocodile always eats the biggest number. So the biggest number should be at this end. And the smallest number should be over here. Okay, so work out who's got the most, who's got the next most, and then who's got the least, and write your answers. Again, but it's a bit trickier this time because the numbers are written in different ways. So if you're finding it a bit tricky, you can have a look and try and write down the numbers. So we know that this is 26, so you could write down 26 using your numbers. And then down here we've got 110 and 71. So again, you could write that number over the top if you're finding that a bit tricky before you start the maze. Question 9, again, is quite similar to one you've already done. So Gemma has got 32. And we're trying to order the children from smallest to greatest. So this time we're going to have the smallest number this end and the greatest, so the biggest number this end. Okay, so Gemma thinks she needs to stand between Rosa and Lucas. So Gemma thinks she needs to stand here. Okay, work out what each number is and which order they should be in, and then you can tell me if you agree or if you disagree. So does Gemma need to stand here, or is she in the wrong place, and why? Okay, good luck. Okay, year 1. So for your writing, you need to write some sentences about the picture below. Now, I've seen some of your sentences this week and they have been fantastic, but today I've got a bit of a challenge for you, okay? So for your writing, I would like you to have an adjective in each sentence, and I would like you to have at least 2 conjunctions in your writing, okay? So that could be because, but, if, so, or you could do some time conjunctives that we've just been doing. But make sure you've got an adjective for each sentence and at least 2 conjunctives in your writing. The story on whatever you want it to be about, as long as it's including some things from this picture, okay? Just make sure you've got your adjectives and your conjunctives. So I want you to make it the most interesting story you can about these monkeys, okay? Think about what they're doing. Look, this one's got a banana, okay? Maybe talk about what they're wearing. See if you can describe to me what the monkeys are doing and what they're wearing using your adjectives, okay? While you're writing, you can pause the video before we go on to do a little bit of phonics, and then that will be the end of your learning video for today. So pause it here. Okay, year 1. So today for phonics, we're going to do some outdoors phonics, okay? So I'm going to read out some words and I want you to have a go at writing them down for me. We are going to do the ch sound, okay? Now remember, there's more than one ch sound, so have a look at how this one is spelt before we go on to our words. Okay, I'm going to read some words out and you're going to write them down for me, okay? Off we go. patch, like a patch of daisies. Next word is fetch. Fetch. The next word is catch. Next word is watch. Right, this is going to be a bit of a trick question, okay? So have a think about how this one's spelled. It might be a different ch sound. Your last word is branch. Branch.